What's up, everybody? Welcome back. The rumors are true. The War Prime has finally come to Warframe. This thing looked crazy. So, if you don't know, after completing the quest, spoilers here, a certain dementia patient sells a trinket that kinda looks like a relic. Loki makes me think that they're gonna have a bunch of sentient prime weapons and they're gonna give us Tau relics once we go to Tau later this year. But regardless, we got a hidden prime in this update, and it is a very, very important one, story-wise, lore-wise. But the question is it any good? Because yeah, it's a cool weapon, but like, we still gotta use him to kill stuff. And the answer that I will give to that question is, it's a melee. All melees in Warframe are good. You literally just have to decide which one you think looks the coolest, and this one looks pretty cool, so. War Prime is a heavy blade with decent base damage, though it is still weighted towards impact, so oddly enough, with this massive, super sharp sword, at least I presume, we're still hitting them with a very, very dull edge. But otherwise, the weapon has really high base critical damage and really high base status chance, which means that the most effective way to use this one is probably melee influence, but like, you can literally build the weapon in any way that you want. As far as builds go, I was even trying out something with the new melee assimilation. I didn't actually finish it because I only have a rank 1 of this arcane, and nobody has 20 of these for me to buy yet. But I can assure you the moment that I can, I will be, and if there's something here, I'll probably make a short on it. Regardless, the most effective way to use this weapon is to put on the standard melee influence build, but I feel like this is kind of a problem with all melees and not this one specifically. So here's what you can use if you want to use this weapon just in general and you want it to be as effective as it can be. Drop the smite mod for attack speed if you don't want to use arcane strike, or put more crit damage here if you are using it or you have an external source. And then for other arcane recommendations to build around, you can do melee duplicate, vortex, retaliation. This is a funny one sometimes. Exposure for some slam builds. But influence remains as the most effective one. So I'd say it really just depends on what stance you want to use as far as, like, flavor goes. Right now I have on Temple Royale, which seems to be most people's favorites, but I'm not gonna lie. I really enjoyed using, what is it called? Cleaving Whirlwind. I thought this one was fun. Let's see how this one does. Yeah, I think this stance just low-key wins because it's actually hilarious playing with the weapon like this. It also hits so many enemies per swing that the damage it deals is actually not that bad. The KPM is, honestly, like, for a weapon that doesn't have any type of special gimmick, that was pretty good. So, yeah, that's the War Prime. Now, if you want to hear me yap about why I'm annoyed about this weapon, that's gonna start now. Why does this not have a unique trait? Of all weapons to not give something unique, you give it to possibly one of the most hype secrets that DE has kept, like, weapon-wise in a while. I was so excited to see this when I crafted it. My chat was telling me to do it. I didn't know why. So when it popped into War Prime, I was like, no way. And then I open it up and it does literally nothing. And its stats are not changed at all and barely better than the War. Who on the weapons team is worried about the War Prime dominating the melee meta when this shit exists? They know that this is what we're going to use on it anyways. All they had to do was give it like plus 25% extra damage to any enemy hit, and then every time you hit them again, it increases by 5% because it's like a sentient weapon, so it'll adapt to them or whatever. Like, I just came up with that one on the spot. You're telling me that they couldn't put something on this? Really? But yeah, that's the War Prime. Thank you so much for watching. Enjoy the gameplay, and I'll see you all very soon for Ash. Peace.